Stephanie here from Oh You're Lovely. In today's tutorial, any guesses? I say this every time, and I have the project right in front of me because I'm subtle like that. Today's project, you guys, is this over-the-top, beautiful centerpiece featuring our hydrangeas. I hope you guys love it. I'm not gonna chat anymore. Let's just jump right into the tutorial. For this tutorial, you are going to need some sort of box, vase, container, whatever you want, whatever size. I am using a fairly large, long piece. It also has slats, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to cover that up so we don't see the green foam. Speaking of which, you're going to need green foam. Now, the type of foam you want to use for this is not wet floral foam. I can't speak today. Again, that's pretty normal. So you want one that that you don't submerge into water because you don't need it. Plus, I've found that using the foam that can get wet and holds water, the more times you put wire stems in there, it starts to like break apart. So use the green floral foam, craft foam that cannot get wet, okay? So I'm gonna need a whole bunch of these in just a second. Another optional item, this is completely optional. I am putting bottles and candles in this. So it'll make sense in a minute. You don't need this if you don't want it. I have a story about those bottles. Okay, you also are going to need a ton. Well, for me, because of how big mine is, a ton of sola wood flowers. Speaking of a ton, you're also gonna need probably a ton of greenery. I am going with more of a bluish, kind of toned greenery. I have some lamb's ear in here. I have my favorite new Russet that we just carry. We carry this in the shop in 2 different styles now. Oh my gosh, cannot get over this stuff. Super, super cute. And a few other pieces of greenery that go with my color story. Optional, but you'll probably want it as a little bit of moss. We're gonna use that to cover some of the top of the green foam just to make it easier on us. And another optional piece is something to cover up these slats. I'm gonna be using this burlap ribbon. You could use any kind of ribbon. You could use book pages, whatever you want. And if you have a vase that doesn't have slats, you don't need this at all. All right, let's jump into the tutorial. One, two, three. All right, with these, because I'm using bottles, I'm going to like fill in the space with my green floral foam. And I had this set up earlier. Let's see if I remember how I wanted to do this. Feeling pretty good about that. We'll tip it. There you go. I just realized I probably should have put the burlap in first. Lovely. I'm gonna do that right now, and then we'll get back to creating the centerpiece. I'm back! So the reason for that burlap again is just to kind of hide the green floral foam so we don't see that peeking through on all of those slats. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna move some of these flowers out of the way. There's a lot of them, you guys. And we're going to just sprinkle in a little bit of moss up on the top of this to just kind of help cover up some of the lovely floral foam. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're going to add the greenery. All right, so we're gonna get to adding this greenery. I'm gonna start, I think, with this fuzzy lamb deer. I think what we're gonna move on to now is the Russet. And I'm going to take all of these stems and I'm just going to individually cut them down. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm taking those bottom layered leaves and I'm just bumping that up a little bit so that we have a little bit more stem to be able to stick into the floral foam. Kind of long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think, just cut it halfway down. And then we'll do another trim at the base. So we're really going to stretch out this greenery, as well as we don't want to stand this too tall since the candles are sticking up. That's kind of our tall base. We want to keep our greenery not overly long. We kind of want to give it a little room to breathe, if you will. Speaking of candles, did you know how hard it is to find candlesticks, like tapered candlesticks? I had no idea. It took me 3 stores to find those candles. I'm just a little thrown off by that. So this particular greenery really plays well with that ruscus as well, similar kind of color story. So we're just gonna fill in some spots. Again, we have so many flowers to add to this. This is absolutely gorgeous as is. If you're one that is more of love a little bit of greenery, you could just do little pops of like the little faux baby's breath throughout to add that little pops of color, and then just have all green. Like this would be absolutely gorgeous all through the winter months, I think, because of those like touches of the lamb's ear and that soft kind of silver and the blue tones of the ruscus. Oh, I'm loving this so much. I think this is more my focal point, but I'm loving this other side as well because the bottles are a little bit closer on there. Okay, let's grab all of the flowers. Now this is going on my table for Thanksgiving. So I have 2 things I want to talk about as we get the colors going in here, because I have an idea of how you could turn this easily from like a Thanksgiving centerpiece to a Christmas one like that, or just a winter centerpiece. All right, flowers are in place over there. Now let's get them into here. Before we start getting these flowers in, however, I do want to talk about the hydrangeas real fast. These we carry in the shop and they come in that cream color. I think I found the perfect green to make those like lime green kind of hydrangeas. The color I used is from it's from Delta Creative Crema Coat. Don't come after me. I'm not sure how to say it, but I love this paint and it's called Green Tea. The thing about this though is I took the 1 bottle, so what is this, 2 fluid ounces, and I'm going to show you what container I put it in. I put it in this giant, this is 96 fluid ounce Tupperware type container, and I used almost a gallon of water to 1 2 fluid ounce thing of paint. To really water down the saturation of the color to make it super light, and you could add even more water if you wanted just ever so slightly a little bit of green. So that's what I did. The other thing that I've done with some of the hydrangeas is you can cut these bunches apart. The hydrangeas, when you get them in the shop, come with usually between 20 to 25 of these tiny little flowers. And then what you can do is with your handy dandy clippers, you cut off all of the individual wires, and what we can do then is we can create little mini bunches to add in as filler. So we're gonna do that in just a little bit. I'll show you how I create like these little mini bunches. You can also use these individually and stem them up They're gorgeous and so much fun for little bits of filler as well. All right, enough of me talking about the hydrangeas and how much I love them. Let's get them in the arrangement because that's where they belong, right? So, remember how I said this is gonna be a Thanksgiving piece, but you could easily turn it into like a winter piece? This is how you do it. Take the hydrangeas, take a couple cream flowers, keep the greenery as is, and that's all that you need. Now when you're cutting off these stems, these come pre-stemmed. There are all those wires and an actual wooden stem is in the middle of these as well. So it's gonna take a little bit of muscle to really get that stem cut. You can do it. Just wiggle it just a little bit. Now I did not glue my green foam onto the bottom of the base of my crate. You could do that if you want. I know that I'm going to use this for multiple different projects, so I'm not going to. If you were selling a project, you probably want to secure it some way so that things aren't lifting. I don't think we're going to add that dark purple that I've got over. I mean, this is absolute. Oh, son of a gun. I put it next to it and then I'm like, okay, wait, we're gonna add that too. All right, we're gonna add those. I think we're gonna only add though the Diegos. Yeah. I'm trying to scale it back a little bit, you guys. It's really hard. This is so stinking pretty. Remember how I said we can't go taller than the candles? You can't even see the bottles. Rearranging a couple of the flowers so that we can get all of the pretty ones in that I want in there. Okay, so there's the bottles are kind of, we might need to, since everything is full already as it is, maybe we might as well just, I think we'll add just one over here for that. Now what I'm kind of doing is, I dyed quite a few of the same type of flowers. So this one in particular I put in there, but I don't have another one of those in there. So I'm gonna take that one out. We've got a couple of these smaller roses. Let's just add those in. This is just gonna give it height and dimension as far as those are gonna kind of sit on top of the larger flowers. And then we'll finish it off by sprinkling in just a few smaller flowers in the cream color. So with those little guys, I'm actually putting them underneath again to create even more dimension that we've got going on this with this. So I'm gonna do three bunches. You got that? Three bunches. I'm going to take, and I'm gonna pinch at the top. I'm gonna attempt to try to twist these together. Yep, okay, we got it. Good deal. And we're gonna grab our floral tape. I'm gonna also try to wind around our green floral stem if they'll behave. We'll see if they will. And if not, it's okay. Nope, they're saying not today. That's all right. I cut these wires just a little short. So I'm just gonna hold it with my hand. I'm gonna pinch it. Stretch your floral tape to activate it. So now we've got little bunches, so let's do that for the other two, and we'll get them in the arrangement. So we've got our 3 little bunches, and as I was doing this, I noticed there's like this hole right there, and there's a lot of cream flowers there. So we're gonna grab a pink flower. Not that it really needed any more filling in, but you know, we're thankful. So we're gonna have a bountiful centerpiece. I don't know what I'm saying. There you guys have it, a beautiful, ginormous fall. I'm gonna say fall. I'm gonna go with fall centerpiece. And again, if you took out just the pinks and the purples and left the greens and the whites and all of this beautiful like bluish green greenery, you have yourself a wonderful winter centerpiece as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and ring that bell to be notified when the next video goes live. And to find out about the 100+ sola wood flowers we carry in our store, go to ohyourelovely.com. Until next time, this is Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and you, my friends, are absolutely lovely. Bye guys! Let's see. Oh, this is way too big. Oh, I can feel my head like wobbling. Not gonna happen today. Hope that made you giggle though. Have a lovely day.